So next example is the division operation. So division operation, we can write the instruction as div, a, b. You don't need to write a comma because the division operation always will happens between the registers a and b. So here the operation is a by b. So a divided by b. So the result of the operation, the division operation will be stored in, the question will be stored in register A and the remainder will be stored in register B. So the question will be of 8-bit, that is stored in register A, and the remainder also 8-bit remainder is stored in register B. So that is division operation. So next register is the PSW register, that is program status word. So program status word is an 8-bit register. It is also called the flag register as it mainly contains the status flags. So whenever an ALU operation is done, the result of the ALU operation will get at register A. At the same time, the status of the result is updated in the PSW register, that is program status word register. So the status is indicated by different flags. So it is an 8-bit register, so it has different flags, and each bit indicates a different flags. That means a carry flag, auxiliary carry, parity flag, etc. So if the ALU operation, the current ALU operation produces a carry, the carry flag of PSW register will be set. So likewise, here for every ALU operation, the PSW register will be, status of the PSW register will be updated by the ALU. The PSW register is bit addressable register. So bit addressable register means the individual bits can be accessed by the programmer. So it has 8 bits. The 8 bits can be individually accessed by the programmer. So the bits is represented by the number, that means the PSW dot 2, the PSW dot 3. Likewise, that we access the port, the same manner we can access the PSW register bits. Also, it can be accessed by the name, that is different names for different bits are provided. So by the name also we can access the register. So these bits can be individually set or reset by the programmer. That is, we can use set B instruction or clear instructions to. So each bit of PSW register can be selected by the name or the number, that is PSW.4, that indicates the number, the bit number, or the RS1, that is the name of the flag flag bit of the PSW register. So by the name or by the programmer can access the individual bits of the PSW register. So the individual bits can be set or reset by the programmer. And we can, for example, we can write an instruction. Set B PSW.3 will set the bit, the 4th bit of the program status word register. And clear instruction CLR can be used to clear the program status word bit number 5, that is PSW.4 of the flag register. So next is the program counter PC. PC holds, we have already discussed about the program counter, that the program counter holds the address of the next instruction to be executed. So it holds the memory address. So we know that the address bus of 8051 is 16-bit address bus. So it's a 16-bit address bus. So the address bus of 8051 is 16-bit. So the address of 8051 is 16-bit. So to hold the memory address, the capacity of the register should be of 16-bit. So we have the program counter here, it's of 16-bit. The register A, the register B, the PSW register ALU, etc. are of 8-bit, and it is connected to 8-bit address and data bus. So it's a common bus is used for carrying address and data. So it is connected to address and data bus. And the program counter, that is 16-bit size, and it is used to hold the address of the next instruction to be executed. So please be clear that it doesn't hold the instruction, it holds the address of the next instruction to be executed. Usually the instructions are executed in a sequential manner. So once an instruction is fetched, the program counter will point to the next instruction. So if the instruction in location 00 is 0000 is hex is fetched, so after fetching that instruction, the program counter automatically updated to the next instruction, that is to the location 0001 location. So the program counter is automatically incremented automatically to the next location. So this increment is done automatically by the processor. So for after every fetch instruction, the program counter need to be incremented. So we are not doing it manually. The processor itself, after fetching each instruction, the processor automatically increment to the next location. So because the program means it's a set of instruction and it is executed sequentially. So after fetching each instruction, the next instruction to be fetched. So this is done with the help of this is done by the program counter, automatic increment of the program counter. So program counter register, it's a 16-bit register. It holds the address of the next instruction in the program memory, that is ROM. From the ROM, it is collecting the instruction. PC get automatically incremented as soon as any instruction is fetched. So that makes the program move ahead in a sequential manner. So in the case of a branch instruction, a new address is loaded to the program counter, or else other all cases, the program counter is automatically incremented to the next location. And the next register is the DPTR register. DPTR means data pointer. That is data pointer. It points to the data. Where is the data is stored? The data is stored in the RAM, random access memory. So the data is stored in RAM, that is external RAM. This is what we used for. Data pointer is used for accessing the external RAM. So the data will be stored in the RAM, and the data pointer points to the external RAM location. So location where the data is stored. Not the data is stored in DPTR. The DPTR shows points where the data is stored. That means the location where the data is stored, that is the address of the memory location where the data is stored. So it also holds the address. So to hold the address, it needs 16 bits. So the data pointer register is of 16-bit wide. So it's a 16-bit register. It holds the address where data is stored in the data memory. So DPTR is divided into two registers of 8-bit each. So a DPTR, that is a 16-bit register, is divided into two 8-bit registers, that is DPH, that is higher byte of data pointer, and DPL, that is lower byte of data pointer. So DPTR is a 16-bit register. It is divided into two, that is DPH, that is higher 8-bit, and DPL, that is lower 8-bit. So total 16-bit is divided into two 8-bit registers. So it is typically used by the programmer to transfer data from external RAM. And by dividing the DPTR into two, that if the program counter, that is automatically incremented by the processor. But DPTR, the data can be placed anywhere, and the programmer can pick up the data from any memory locations, not in a successive manner or in a sequential manner. It can collect data from different locations. So in some cases, we will collect the data from the sequential order. So in that case, we need to increment the DPTR register. So when we need to increment the DPTR or to change the DPTR register is 16-bit register, but the ALU or our operation that we are performing, it is as 8-bit operation. So to do a 16-bit operation, we need two instruction cycles to complete. Two steps to complete this 16-bit operation. So 16-bit addition or subtracting, that can be done only by two sets of two 8-bit done as a 8-bit operation. So by dividing this, if you need to increment the DPTR by 1 or 2, we can do the increment can be done only on the lower bytes. So say example, the location of the DPTR, that is 0423, should be incremented to 0424. So to change the increment, this is a 16-bit number, and this is also 16-bit number. To do this increment operation, we need to do a 16-bit operation. So by dividing it into two registers, so we are separating it 0, 4 and 2, 3 as separate, that is two 8-bit numbers, and we need to increment 0, 4, 2, 4. So the 0, 4, this number is same here, that is the higher 8 bits are same, and we need to increment only the lower 8 bits. So 2, 3 should be changed to 2, 4. So we can do operation only an 8-bit operation is there, that is only DPL is incremented, DPH is kept as the C. So we can do it by a single ALU operation. We can perform this increment of the 16-bit number. DPTR can also be used as a pointer to a lookup table in ROM using indexed addressing mode. Example of DPTR instructions: move x a comma @DPTR. So in this instruction, the A gets data from external RAM that is pointed by the DPTR register. So DPTR register has an address. So that address will be pointed, that is the address of an external RAM location. So some data will be inside this RAM location. So that data is transferred to the register A. So next instruction, that is move C a comma @A plus DPTR. In that, the A gets the data from the location, RAM location that is pointed by A plus DPTR. So the register A has some initial value and the DPTR has an address. So the bias, that is the A value, will be added with the DPTR, the content of DPTR, and we'll get the resultant memory location. So in that memory location, from that memory location, the data is transferred to the A register.